Welcome to another edition of Whiskey, Games, and Nerd Stuff. Today's whiskey is the delicious Shanky's Whip in some cherry Coke. Let's go ahead and take a sip. And cherry Coke, this is so delicious. Again, that Shanky's Whip, it is definitely on the sweeter side of whiskeys. Let's take one more sip, and I'm going to move this off to the side. And today's nerd stuff is actually going to be 3 gift ideas for the whiskey lover in your life. But before I begin, as I'm filming this particular episode, I am approaching 500 subscribers. So I wanted to give a great thank you to all those people that have subscribed over the last several months of doing this video. As some of you that watched these earlier videos, you'll actually see some crutches in the background. I initially started this channel because I was away from home, had to have surgery, and wasn't able to walk around very well, was in a lot of pain, wasn't all that mobile, and was stuck in just a spot away from family for a while. And I woke up one morning, thought, you know what, let me do a YouTube channel and just talk about things I like. And I thought, well, what do I like? Well, I like whiskey, I like games, and I like nerd stuff, so let's talk about those. So again, I wanted to say thank you to all those people that have subscribed. It really means a lot. And for those that are watching the video for the first time or regular viewers that have not subscribed, really would appreciate if you did subscribe, like, and all that fun stuff. Would be really awesome if we can get past 500 subscribers. Let's take one more sip of this whiskey. And today's first gift idea is a magazine subscription for the whiskey lover in your life called Whisky. And this is Whisky, Whisky. So there's 3 primary whiskey magazines that I subscribe to that I really enjoy reading. This first one is Whisky. Here is the website for them. It's whisky.com or whiskymag.com. And as you can kind of see, I'll kind of flip through some pages just to give you an idea of what's in here. Obviously, you're going to have advertisements for various whiskeys. You're going to have some great articles of just anything that has to do with whiskey. You're going to see some amazing articles. But let's go ahead and flip through this so you can kind of get an idea of how well done this magazine. The photos of the whiskey are great. They'll even have some stuff in there about cigars. They'll have in the back, they'll have a thing on the tastings. They'll kind of give you an idea of a rating, what their thoughts are, what the nose is supposed to be, the finish, all that fun stuff. For those that have watched the videos, I'm not the best at describing the nose of a whiskey or the taste. I kind of like what I like. But for those more sophisticated viewers who want to know what something's supposed to, what it smells like and tastes like, I kind of like that in the back. So I really enjoy this. Every now and then I'll come across something I haven't had before that piques my interest. But I really like this. So the second magazine is another whiskey magazine called Whisky, American Whiskey. You know what? Let me go ahead and take one more sip. I got to take a sip of that. That is so good. The website for this magazine is AmericanWhiskeyMag.com. And this is similar to the whiskey magazine, but their focus is going to be on, American whiskey and, Kentucky bourbon, right? So you'll see some ads for some various whiskeys. You'll see some things on the festivals they'll have, events. You'll see them talking about a lot of the distilleries in the U.S. Obviously, you have an advertisement for the subscription. As you notice, it's only $24.95, so that's pretty cool. This is not sponsored, by the way. These are actual magazines that I subscribe to and really enjoy reading. But as you can kind of see, you'll get a feel for some of the different things that are in here, some different ideas of how to make drinks. I really enjoyed this one. They'll have some really cool recipes. And then, again, they'll have their, the ratings and tastings of the magazines in the back as well. The next magazine is the one that I've had the subscription to for the longest. Oop, I just moved the camera, so let's go ahead and put that back. The next one is the one that I've had the longest. It's called Whisky Advocate. And let me take a quick sip again because, again, that Shanky's Whip is so damn good. I'm not familiar with the website for them right off the top of my head. This is not the most recent issue, by the way. This is just the issue I had handy. Um, I really like the Whisky Advocate. This is the one that I've had again the longest. There's some really cool articles in here. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to read. Again, you'll have advertisements for the different. Oh, there it is. It's the whiskyadvocate.com. It looks like it. So they'll have advertisements for the magazines. They'll have some really cool things in here about different distilleries. They'll even have articles about if you're going to go be in a particular city or a particular part of the world, what would be a good place to go. Let's move this out of the way. This is what I kind of like about this one. So they'll talk about in here in Lexington. So if you're going to go to Lexington, here's where you should go on day 1. Here's where you should go on day 2. Here's where you should go day 3. I really like that because each issue they'll kind of talk about a different place to go. So I think that's really cool. It's really fun, especially for those that travel a lot or want to kind of plan a whiskey vacation. You'll get an idea of different places you should go. They'll have some really cool thing in here about different type of whiskeys and kind of what it could pair with, what it's going to taste like. This particular one is talking about a licorice flavors. So then you'll have in here like ones that you can kind of pair savory and sweet. And again, you'll have the regular articles that you'll see. You'll have in here, talk about bacon. You can't go wrong with bacon, right? But they'll have, similar to the other magazines, they're going to have different cocktails and things that you can make, recipes. They'll have the various articles. But then what's cool is towards the back, they're going to have a more extensive buying guide than the other two magazines. So you're going to see, they'll kind of give you also the idea for price point. So they're going to have in here their rating for it, what the price is, and then different selections. So I kind of like that because, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be able to afford a $25,000 bottle of any kind of drink, but I can easily afford the $25 one. And then every now and then splurge on the $100 one. But what's cool about this is you can kind of go through and have an idea of what whiskeys you have in your collection as the prices go up or down. Maybe you have a fantastic bottle that's, that was given to you for graduation, or maybe you're retired, or, kind of anything, and you're thinking about opening it, and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, this might be a $900 or $500 bottle of whiskey. Do you want to drink it or do you want to save it? And there's some people that do invest in whiskey, but I'm sure just search on YouTube whiskey investment or something similar, and I'm sure you'll find some amazing channels that talk about that. But I like this because I can kind of go through, pinpoint, if I have a price point and say, hey, what's a really good, whiskey under $25? What's a good one for under 30? So here, they'll have what the ratings they have for the Isle of Skye. Isle of Skye 12-year-old, $30, kind of gives you a hint for it. So I really like this for gift ideas, especially when you have whiskey lovers in your family and you're trying to think of what to get them for a gift. Kind of eyeball or take a photo of what's in their bar, and then get a magazine like this and flip through and find something they don't have, they've never tried. Or better yet, give them a subscription to a magazine like this, and then they can kind of go through and highlight what they want. You remember as a kid when your parents would kind of give you the JCPenney catalog or the Kmart catalog or a Walmart catalog that would have all the toys in it, and it would say circle the toys that you want. I've always envisioned somebody giving a magazine. I always imagined somebody giving me a magazine like this and saying, hey, go ahead and circle all the particular whiskeys that you want for a gift or holiday. So, how awesome would that be? But as you can see, there's a lot of cool things in here. And then, of course, they'll flip it around and they'll have some different articles. But this is a really cool, again, 3 cool gift ideas. 3 different awesome whiskey magazines that you can give as a gift for subscription. Don't forget, for the whiskey lover in your life, also get them a whiskey. And you can't go wrong with a Shanky's Whip. Especially, it's a good mixer drink, good sweet drink. Let me go ahead and have one more. Again, I do appreciate everybody taking the time to watch these videos. Please like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And until next time, cheers.